Good afternoon, everyone, and compliment of the season. Happy new month. Good afternoon. If you can hear me loud and clear, just type 1 in the chat room. If you can hear me loud and clear, just type 1 in the chat room. Welcome, Abiodun Olamide, Adegboye, Daniel Christopher Olayemi. Welcome, Abel Chike Okere, Favor, Wara Sunday, Gogrichi Wozo, Joseph Alimi. You are welcome. Welcome, everyone. Compliment of the season. So who is killing cow in Christmas, or killing goat, or killing... How many days to Christmas now? Today is, I think today is 4th. So exactly 3 weeks to Christmas. And you know the beautiful thing is that this year's Christmas is on Thursday. So you are all welcome. You are all welcome. So any moment from now, we are going to start our section, the continuation of the training that we started last week. And please, I only have one announcement before I hand over the mic to Mr. Shola this afternoon. And the announcement is very simple and straightforward. Ask question. Ask question, because that's the only way you can maximize this tax training. If you don't ask question, there is no way you'll be able to maximize this tax training. There are some things, it will just look like Greek. Don't assume that you know. Ask the relevant question. Be very, very important. So please, let's ask question. And for the sake of emphasis, like it has been said, if the purpose of the thing is not known, abuse is inevitable, okay? So the reason why we are doing this tax training is so that we can all be well informed of what is required of us as realtors in 2026. Because 2026 is around the corner. 2026 is just 4 weeks from now. You count 1, 2, 3, 4 Saturdays now. It's 2026. So it's not, it's just around the corner, okay? So please, let's take advantage of this training and let us ask relevant questions. And please note this, in case you don't know. If you still want to continue to receive commission from Lifepage, your tax identification number is very, very important. Can we have Mr. Shola's contact? Don't worry, you pay me consultancy fee. I'll now give you his contact details. Okay, so please, very, very important. Don't worry, chat 0906005747. Any of our official numbers, chat them up so that they can private. We don't just want to throw his number out there. Okay, so that in case you need any private consultancy, everything is not going to be free. Don't go and think that you'll get some things for free. So, but in case, of course, definitely I know that we'll be more than ready to help in one area or the other in case you have any challenges with respect to maybe some of the things he has mentioned and all of that. Okay, so without wasting any much of our time, I'll come back and read the announcement in the next few minutes after the session. Please ask questions. And for those that are new, in case you are new, the way you can ask questions is by going to the chat room and type it. We will not allow anybody to unmute. Okay? We will not allow anybody to unmute. So the only way you can ask questions is to go to the chat room and type your question. So in the course of the training, I will just encourage you to type your question out so that it will be very, very important. So that you will be able to, you will not forget your question. Let me put it that way. So let's just put our hands together as we welcome Mr. Shola Adebayo.
Good afternoon, good morning in America, good morning in Canada, wherever you are. As a continuation of our last week, what we started last week, we now have a new disruption to our business, even to our personal life. in as much as you still want to continue to receive your paycheck, this tax law, the new tax law affects you. So I will recap from where we, from what we, from where we stopped it last week, so that we'll know, some of us that are not part of the last section can still, be able to play along with us. So we have the law is actually 4 in 1, but the one that matters to us personally and our business is the one that we call Nigerian Tax Act and Nigerian Tax Administration Act, NTA and NTTA. The Nigerian Tax Act gave us, let us know the type of tax that we are supposed to pay. It harmonized a lot of taxes, all the nuisance taxes that we have, in our law. So the income tax, for company income tax, personal income tax, capital gain tax, stamp duties, VAT, there are not introduction of development levy to replace educational tax, to replace police tax, licensing, and technology tax. So all the 4 were bring into one. That's why we now have development levy or tax, as the case may be. So now that we know the type of tax that we pay, I've also run us through how do we pay our tax, what tax, where to pay it to, or whom to pay your tax to. If you are an individual, or you run a business, you register your business as business name or as an enterprise or venture. If your business is not private limited liability business company, so you have to pay your tax to Lagos State, to Internal Revenue Services. I don't want to limit it to Lagos, for example, because I believe not everybody is living in Lagos.
Yes.
So Lagos may not be your place of residence. So some people, probably you are a realtor here and you live in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt is your principal place of residence. Your tax will go to Port Harcourt, Rivers State. So if you are in Ogun State, your tax should go to Ogun State. So when to pay your tax? If you are as an individual, a biological person, you are supposed to pay your tax to Internal Revenue Services or to the state government. If you are a limited liability company, you have to pay your tax to Federal Inland Revenue. It's going to now be called Nigerian Revenue Services. So when do you pay your tax? If your personal income tax, for example, everybody on payee pay as you earn, you are supposed to pay your tax on or before the 10th of the following month. For example, now the income that you made in the month of December on or before the 10th of January 2026, you should have remitted it to the appropriate agency, which is Lagos State Internal Revenue or Ogun State Internal Revenue, or the revenue in your own state of place of residence. Then if you are a company, you have to remit your, if your tax is VAT or withholding tax on or before 21st of the following month, you must have remitted your taxes. For example, now the income that you made, the VAT that you had in the month of November, the withholding tax that will be deducted in the month of November, on or before 21st of December, it is expected of you to ensure that you remit that. Then for company income tax, by on or before the following 6 months or not before 38th of June 2020, of the following year. For example, all what company might have done in year 2025, company must ensure that they do their remittance, their returns on or before 30th of June in 2026. So, we have a lot of incentives or reliefs. I've told us, when I was saying that about how do I calculate my taxes? If you are making, let me start from individual, then in a paid employment, you are a staff. You have your salary, your annual salary or your monthly salary. You also have relief. You have what you can use as a tax filing, and the statutory we have. Your rent is now supposed to be part of your relief. Your rent, or 20% of your rent. That means, I was saying last week, that means our rent in receipt is now very, very important. So 20% of it, or 200, whichever that is lower, but the subject to the maximum of 500, the law caps it at 500,000 naira. So you can't exceed that relief. If that relief is not, you can't go beyond 500,000 naira. Then if you have pension, you do contributory pension. So pension is part of what you can use to reduce your tax. If you also have interest on loan for owners occupied house, not loan for every other item. Not loan for but house that you build to sublet or for commercial purposes. If you have gotten loan for the purpose of creating or constructing your personal house, so the interest on it is part of the relief you can also explore, you can also use. So if you have national housing scheme, it's also part of it. You have national housing fund. It's also part of what you can use. If you have life assurance and annuity, it's part of what you can also use to do that. Apart from that, we know that some of us. Okay, so we have tax bands. We have tax bands. Started from 800. The government was saying everybody under the threshold of taxable income of 800,000 naira, they are not going to pay tax. So you pay zero tax if you are a staff, and after they deducted all the deductions, they don't tax the whole income. They will not tax all your income. Taxable income is what will be taxed. So after you might have removed all your reliefs, all the incentives, then you still have like 800,000 naira annually. So you do not pay tax. So I did a simulation last week. I ran us through. If you from 1 million naira, 1.2 million, after 1.2 million naira, your tax will start with, you have a reduced tax up to something below 25 million naira annually. You are supposed to have reduced tax. So that means the new law is going to be more favorable to you than the existing one, than the old one. So you are not going to you are not going to pay much tax. You are supposed to have a tax savings. So let me quickly speak to the realtors, because I know, it's likely that some of us will have multiple streams of incomes. And let me say this: at the end of, for people in a pay, for staff, and then for people who run their business using business name, using enterprises, you are supposed to remit your personal income tax or not, like I said the other time, or not before 31st of January. And the new thing now is that the employer, if you are you are a staff in a company is expected to have done that or not before 31st of January for you of the following year. But the law now gives us another layer. Even though your employer might have done, that still does not exonerate you from also do your own filing personally. So employer will do their filing, putting your ID, putting your name, everything, all your details, what they deducted from you. They will have been remitting it on before 10th of every month, of the following month. But by the following year, January of the following year, or not before 31st of January, they will do the annual returns. The employer will do the annual returns using all the appropriate form. So then you as an individual, you are expected to also do your own filing. That is where I'd like to us as readers to pay attention to this. Readers, it is now, as Mr. Okwe was saying the other time, that your tax ID is very, very important for your onboarding, for your business going forward. It's very, very important, not only for Lifepage alone. I'm very sure wherever you go, any entity, any organization you do business with, they are going to be asking for this. It's a way to also, be able to organize us, to also make us to, we don't make money, next year is year of leverage. You don't make money and then still use another hand, lose the money you have made to tax obligations, because tax people, except you present your evidences. So the only thing they can use as hook is to ask for your bank statements. So if we don't prepare ourselves well, we are not likely, to enjoy all the incentives all the tax opportunity that we have, all the opportunity that we have in the law. So as readers, we know that withholding tax will be charged. We are supposed to pay the withholding tax on our commission. So 5% on your commission. And what I will tell us today, for us to be able to do, organize ourselves and our records. Get a detailed record. I will advise that you keep a separate bank account for your commission, so that you don't mix everything, you don't module everything, together with other stream of income. Probably maybe you are in a paid employment, you start somewhere, or you run other businesses. So you don't, add everything together. Then on your commission, ensure that you record the amount. Then the project, the affected project, project on which you made that commission, the date you receive the commission, then withholding tax that they charge before you receive the commission, put it in your record. It doesn't take, a big thing. You can create an Excel. You put it in an Excel for you, so that when the day you need your record, it will be very easy for you to be able to pull them out. Because it's going to protect us during the filing, and so it's going to also prevent us from under-reporting or any mistakes. So I know every company pays return. Every company that pays return, we deduct withholding tax. Ensure that you ask for the evidence of payment after deduction of your withholding tax for your commission. Ensure that you ask for the credit note or evidence of tax payment. Then ensure that you you create a file for that, so that you'll be able to at the right time you'll be able to file your income. So I have told us, before you do this, you must get your tax ID. So it is Lifepage will not be able to pay you. They won't be able to pay you, even if they might have deducted, even if they deduct. But without your payer ID, without your tax ID, they won't be able to remit. So it's going to be illegal for you. It's also going to be illegal for the company holding on to it if they don't know. They don't have opportunity to pay it. So it's going to affect the giver and the receiver. So if you have a commission that fully paid to you without withholding tax, when the time comes, the authority will ask you for that commission. So they ensure. I was talking about our returns. Before you go to file your returns, as you keep the record of all the incomes, commissions, others on hand income, or other passive income that you have, you bring all of them together in your record. Ensure that you remove all your expenses. You remove all your expenses, marketing costs, site inspection costs, professional fee, remove everything. That is when you remove everything, then you apply all the relief that you have. Then that's when you now have taxable or chargeable income. Not all your income will be charged. Chargeable income or taxable income, the one that can be accessible. So that's when you can now, you can do that. I ensure that I spoke about this one extensively last week. Ensure that you get your receipt, and ensure that you don't joke with invoice any longer. Invoice is going to show the tax authority the details, the quantity, the description of what you bought, the rate, the amount you paid, the name of the company or the client and the vendor, the name of the tax ID, because it is now an obligation on us now to ensure that even when you create an invoice, ensure that your tax ID is on that invoice. So then I like to say this. When you do all this, and you file your returns, and you do not have any issue, go to the portal of these agencies. You can get your tax clearance. You don't need to part away with your money. If you have done the right thing, you go to their site, you go to their portal, you print your tax clearance. Of course, I can foresee going forward, some organizations want to do business with you. We're asking you your tax clearance on your tax standing. So let's stay organized, and let's get all the necessary documentation that we can get. It gives a kind of the basic compliance. It also gives us a kind of credibility in the face of the business or in the marketplace. Let me say this. We have some income from vocation, from your business, salary, and everything we have in the existing law. But the new law now added other source of income into it. Not only profit, not only gain again. You have virtual assets. You have cryptocurrency. You have digital token. Now honorarium is now taxable as part of income now. Prizes, grants, awards, laurel, winnings, lotteries, so money instruments, money you make on, so everything is now part of your income. But we don't need to be afraid. If we know how to stay organized, we know how to exploit the opportunity. It's going to be smooth and good for us. Okay, it's part of relief that the soldiers, they are no longer going to pay, income tax again. We can't be fighting Boko Haram and still be paying tax. so let them move. So we can continue. Next. Now, so I hope we can we see this slide?
Yes.
Let me see what is after this. Okay, can we see this slide? This is Mr. Akin Salami or Mr. Joseph. I know he's a big man. He's going to make money than this. So, he come from employment, 50 million naira. Other incomes, go back. Other income, 10 million naira. Say, other income, that is, let's assume that is your commission. Then you have a dividend that is 1 million naira. When you add them together, you have 26 million naira. How do you now do? What do you do? That dividend, because it will have been taxed in the hand of the company before it was eventually distributed to you. So, and same time it's still under, under the lower threshold, you remove the dividend, then you have 25 million. You don't pay tax on that dividend again. So you can now see the relief under personal income tax. You see pension 8% of employment income. That is the one from country. The one that employee contributed. That is 8% of your basic salary, transport allowance, and housing. So not employers' pension at 10%. It is employees 8%. So if you have life assurance, you put it there as part of relief. You can see this man, he has rent relief of 300,000 naira. When you remove all this, the taxable income is 23.5 million. Next slide, please. The taxable income is before this. Up. So you can see the total income chargeable or the total income taxable is 23.5 million. Now the tax band that has now been introduced, is the first the first 800 is a given. You pay zero tax on that. So the next one is 2.2 million. 50% of 2.2 million, you have 330. The third tax band or tax band is 9 million. You multiply 18% by with 9 million. So you have 1.6 million thereabout. If you add this together, you can, if you had 800, 2.2, then 9 million. That means we'll be having 12 million. If we check the fourth net, that 30 million is more than 12 million. Then what the man has reduced, he has used 800,000 naira first. He used 2.2 million. He also used 9 million. If you add them together, they are 12 million. So what net, the balance on 23.5 million is 11.5 million. So it is inside that 30 million that is going to now use the rate, that 21% of 30 million against the balance I is having, that 11.5 million. Because the balance is having, the tax band is actually, it's exceeded the balance. So that's where you can now see that at that point, it has 2.5 million. When you had 2.5 million, 330,000, 1 million, 320, 2.2 million, 450, you add them together, you are going to have total of 4,365,000 naira. That is total taxable income or tax obligation or tax liability that it is expected to pay. That's the next slide, please. So you can now see the man put it in the red under after deducting or other aggregating all the incomes deducting all the reliefs. If you see half expenses that you have suffered, you are still expected to remove all those expenses from it. So there are a lot of ways, that we can reduce our tax obligations. Yeah, continue. I've spoken about this. So I've spoken about this. So this one too. This another source of income from another Mr. Akin. Mr. Akin's source of income are these from Instagram, from TikTok. Want to trend. 12 million, your YouTube 3.5. These are all the incomes. Move on. These are all the incomes. So these are all the expenses. Your camera, lighting, monthly subscription, post, giveaway, influencers, and everything, repair and upgrade. These are all the expenses. Expense 11.6 million. Move on. So, I was saying something the other time. I mentioned owner-occupied house, that the loan on mortgage, or the loan you get, the interest on loan, you can use it to reduce your tax liability. You can see this man is earning from social media is 25.5 million. All their liable expenses, they can use to reduce the exposure is 9.3 million. So the accessible profit that the government authority can access, before you start, removing all the reliefs is 16.1 million. But you can see the difference from the one at the right and the one at the left. The one at the right, my right hand side, it got a loan. The left side, the right hand side has, the left side has a loan. The right hand side does not have a loan. So you can see with interest on mortgage, you can see the 5 million interest. When you reduce 5 million from 16.1 million, you have 11.1 million. But the one without interest, who is not servicing any loan, so you can see that it's still that same 16.1 million that will be taxed. When you look at the red column, the red rows, the one with loan exposure is 1,799,000. The one without, interest on loan is 2,815,000. So you can see that you can actually use, especially, those who would like to build. You like to build if you've gotten the allocation, you've done, you've taken started occupation on your site. You want to get loan. That loan you get is part of your relief. It can also help you to be able to fast track and help your property development. Thank you. So let me quickly, because I know we want to give time for opportunity to ask questions. Let me give us these. Apart from all the reliefs that I mentioned before, so that we are not part of people who carry the news that is not rooted in fact. So we have a lot of exceptions, or reliefs or incentives. Like I said last week, all our basic or essential items relating to food, you don't pay VAT on them. You don't pay VAT on them. We have, even the rent is exempt. The educational services and materials, the asset, in the past, when you procure an asset and they charge you VAT, we do not have opportunity to claim that input VAT on it. So we just allow it to go. But now in the new law, when you pay, where there is any deduction of VAT in the procurement of your assets, so you are allowed to recover the VAT back, or if you have another something you want to pay for, you can also use it to offset your tax. So the diesel, petrol, and solar power equipment refund of refund on VAT. Refund of VAT on asset and overhead to produce farmable. So all the agricultural products. So you do not they are not farmable again. Fertilizer, seedling, even the share transportation. Not hired transportation now. The share transportation. So all these basic items, the baby products, sanitary towel, pad, we don't pay. Then the electric car vehicles parts, all those ones are tax exempted. So if you have the deduct tax or VAT from you, and you are not expected to pay VAT, probably you are under smaller business, so you can reach out to authority, I think within 1 month, so that for recovery of your tax. And the law has also given opportunity to us, under the NTAA, that is what we call tax ombud. So tax ombud is just like an arbitrator. So if you have grievance, you have complaints, you go to them, and they look at your concern. They also reach out to the tax authority. If you are still not satisfied, you go to tax appeal. So if whatever tax appeal might have done, you are not comfortable with it, you go to law. The law allows you to go to federal high court. So there is obligation on us, and there is also a right. We know our rights, we know our obligations. So I've told us. I said this, please, again, I will repeat again. Let's stay prepared. Number one thing that will help us is our documentations. You prepare your documentation, you prepare your record adequately, then make sure you document all your information, your transactions. Get invoice, get receipt when you spend money. Then I will encourage us, also advise us, let's spend through our bank. Let's reduce cash spending. Spend through your bank so that we'll be able to follow through, we'll be able to see the flow in our account. Then ensure that adequate narration, good narration, is put so that you don't lose the money that you have made. So you don't lose the commission that you are planning or that you have made. So that is it's going to do us a lot of good. So let's stay, document will help us to stay protected. So the new tax era rewards clarity, discipline, and wisdom. And today, you have now have the knowledge to operate, boldly, to avoid the red flags, and lead with confidence in the new tax regime. Compliance is no longer a mere obligation. It is now a strategic advantage for us as individuals, as a biological person, as a business, as retailers. Thank you. God bless you.
Wow. Let's go to question. No, let them be seeing Mr. Shola. For me, I'll just be reading the question. You'll be the one to answer the question. So please, let's quickly go to the question. Help us to Mr. Christopher. I think there's a Mr. Christopher is saying that grant us access to last week's session on the tax matter. Where were you, Mr. Christopher, last week first? You need to come and shalaye where you are. So for the access, that's not a problem. Today's session, last week's session, will be shared in all your community. Just request for it in the community you belong. Everybody on this call belongs to a WhatsApp group. So just request for it. Okay. Then Mr. Kayode is saying we need a table of tax liability consumption for realtors who major only in real estate, showing all reliefs they are entitled to, allowable expenses and disallowable expenses. Ṣé nǹkan tó jẹ́ disallowable? To guide the community members accordingly, please. Mr.
Okay, Mr. Joseph, thank you for that. It's even good for you in your community. So I'm pretty sure some people will not know that you're an accountant. So you help us, you coach them in that your community. We'll send something to you.
Okay. So we'll send it so that the only thing is that if they are telling, even this question now, some people might not understand which one is allowable, not allowable. You understand? Okay, so we'll put something together and then we'll send it to the community so you can also ask a question. Okay, Mr. Christopher is also asking, is it only on interest of mortgage loan we would get tax relief, or on all kinds of loan, on farm pay, CUDA loan, credits, whatever, all those loan, cash loan?
So it is only on owners occupied house. So all the CUDA's loan, First Bank loan, so you get a loan that is meant for other business. They don't tax loan anyway. They don't tax loan. Loan is not your income, it's not your profit. So nobody should tax loan. So if they see loan, of course, that's why I also say that in your record keeping, in your bank statement, let it be dictated there. This is loan. Because the tax authority, they are not wishes and wizards. They may not know. That's why at times, that's when they see unusual inflow, they may call your attention to it to break your bank statement. But if you are prepared well, documented well, it will be easy for you to go there and explain to them. Nobody pay tax on loan. Loan is not an income.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Do we get tax refund? Mr. Ade Remy.
So, a tax refund. Okay. There is what we call tax exempt and zero tax, zero VAT, or zero rated VAT. I explained last week. There are some people, in business, some businesses, in schools, the farms, agricultural products. I think I use an example of bakery. When they sell bread to you, you don't see VAT on it. But these people, the bakery owner, they pay tax in their business. When they go to buy oil, they buy flour, they might have suffer tax. Then what they do, they add this to the cost. So they shift, transfer to the final consumer. So instead of doing that, the law is now saying that don't transfer that cost to final consumer again, so that you don't create artificial inflation. That you might have suffered tax or VAT. That input VAT, collect everything, bring it to the tax authority. You get refund for it. So don't go and spread, don't add it to your cost again. In the past, what they do currently is they had all tax they suffer, they had everything together. So they will refund you. Then for those who pay with only tax too, if they look at your income, you have your income over the year. You have your income, and then with only tax is advance payment for income tax. Depend on if you are a limited company or you are an individual. It's an advance payment for your income. It's what you are paying in advance. When they are assessing you or when you do the remittance, it's part of what they are supposed to use to offset the liability first. So, let me also say, if you have input and output VAT, you compare the inputs, you compare the outputs. The difference is what if you still have excess, so you give it to the tax authority, they are expected, to refund you, the excess that you have on your VAT. or you use it to net off another obligation that you have with them.
Okay, thank you very much. Bridget Joseph is asking, how can one get tax ID from your company? No, we are not the one giving tax ID or ABA.
Depending on
No, sorry. I think, okay, for a company that has folded up. Which one is company that has folded up?
so okay, this is okay. Let me say this: if your company is folded off as you likely put it, as you put it, that means you do not have in the company. I expected that you will have done the needful by communicating to Federal Inland Revenue. If it is a business name, yes, still Federal Inland Revenue that gave you the, that registered the business for you. Then the Federal Inland, CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, you should have done documentation to them. Evidence of that should have been given to Federal Inland Revenue if you are a limited company. If you are now individual business name, then evidence of that should have been given to your tax authority, tax station, the State Internal Revenue Services. So, but if it has actually totally folded up, then I don't think you can continue to generate a tax ID for that kind of business again.
Okay, thank you very much. Is the new tax only on profits? Mr. John Daniel.
For the company, company is state organized, so company will have bring all the sources of incomes together. For ordinary activities, extraordinary activities, they will have brought all the income together, the cost of sales, the admin, marketing, sales and distributions, admin, before they arrive at profit. So for the company, it's going to be on profit. It's even the capital gain tax that was being taxed separately. It has now been brought in alignment with company income tax, so that they don't tax them separately again. It also depends on the size of your business. If you are under smaller business with a turnover of 100 million and below, and the asset of 250 million from 250 million and below. So you are still under smaller business. Then if you are above that threshold, I think you pay your income tax that is 30% on your profit before tax, and then you also pay your development levy of 4%. So
Okay.
individual not only on all the gain, the profit will bring them together. Then, for example, probably you are doing business, you are online, you are into crypto. So if you make loss, you will make gain. That gain, and when you make loss, it's going to be set up before they can even place tax on you. They don't tax loss. So that's why our record keeping will also give us opportunity to be able to claim, make a claim where we make losses. But if you don't stay organized, you don't have any record that you kept, there's no way you'll be able to argue that. No, they won't listen to that. Thank you.
Okay. Please, can we have the slips? Which slip? Okay. Are you talking about the slip, maybe receipt when Lifepage pay?
Okay. So if any deduction from your commission, so Lifepage will remit. But before remittance, you must have sent, giving your tax ID to Lifepage. So without your tax ID, they won't be able to remit. So if you also operate with limited liability company as B2B, you use limited company to transact with Lifepage. you are going to bring tax identification number thing. It's not under state, it's under federal now. So as soon as it is remitted, Lifepage remit, it is so Lifepage will call you, then you come and they send your your evidence of the remittance, evidence of the payment. They send it to you. That is what your record. That's what you can use to to also defend your liability when you are doing your normal returns.
The questions are just pouring in. Alhaji Taofik Oduwaye is asking, I have a TIN as an employee of August. I don't think it's TIN, it's payer ID that you will have, not TIN, Abi, as employee.
Employee is payer ID.
Not TIN. Okay.
Or can call it ID, tax ID.
Tax ID.
So, as an employee, you have that. You can continue using that for your business as an individual. So you don't need to go and get another one again. Okay.
So Alhaji, your question has been answered. Mr. James, that was not a question. That's why I skipped it. What if, Mr. James Imonete, what if the withholding deducted by Lifepage is higher than my tax liability? No, it can't be higher now, it's percentage. Can I get a refund from?
No, let me answer that one.
Okay.
Probably it's been. I know Mr. James. At least I expect him to make millions in 2020, 2026. So if he's been consistent in all this commission in your making, and he's been getting withholding tax, he's been paying the withholding tax. Lifepage has been remitting. It is possible that he may have withholding tax higher than tax liability. You know why?
Okay.
Possibly, probably, maybe he has some businesses. He has some expense that is exclusively for some other business where he can optimize his relief.
Okay.
So by the time he's going to now do the record, do the assessment, it is possible that he now has a tax exposure that is lower than all the withholding tax credit notes or credits that he has. So the withholding tax is personal or income tax that you pay in advance. So when you present credit and they find out that your credit is higher than the tax liability, then two things will happen. You can use it to settle. If you also have another obligation with them, you can use to settle. Then if you don't have the obligation, I know we still use withholding tax credits, like we use it 2-3 years until recently until a financial act that they stop us from using, that after a year you don't use it, it is expired already. So it is possible. Then it's part of what you can discuss with the tax authority. So it is possible.
All of us must understand tax by force. Mr. Gogri is asking, tax ID, is it the same thing as TIN? As an individual, I have TIN. Do I still need to go and obtain tax payer ID?
What is going to happen is currently going on. It's currently on now. There was a time they had some of us, get your tax from Joint Tax Board, get your ID. People were complaining about about BVN, about NIN. So all this they are going to be harmonized together. As the authority will not start everything at once. It's a gradual step.
Yeah.
The disruption, is going to be maybe positive for some of us that have always been staying on the path of the, on the law, except those who do not prepare. So your tax ID, your TIN, just get everything, make sure you have. But if you are an individual, except probably maybe you have some business name. Federal Life also gives some business name TIN too. If you have the TIN number, you can remit with them. But as an individual, you are a biological person, you are expected to have the tax ID of your, from a government of your principal place of residence.
Okay. So please scroll up. This Mr. Kami's question is no, wait. No, I just wanted to see the full thing. So thank you for the brief. If you have a business enterprise and at the same time a freelance, or you earn commission from real estate or any side hustle, are you going to have a different TIN number for business freelance? In other words, do I calculate all the earnings together and pay it using my enterprise TIN number or separately? All these questions people are asking is consultancy questions, but Mr. Shola will still answer.
Okay, thank you for that. Your business name, in the face of law, business name and individual, they are the same. So they are the same. So the only one that is different is a private, limited company, private liability, limited liability company. So if you then have, you'll be operating. I will advise you that, I don't know, because I want to say it's possible that probably you are in a paid employment, an employee, an employer will be doing the remittance for you on your payee. Then you also do your side also the freelance and what have you. So you don't bring the two together. But where the law has now made it compulsory for us to now have your employer, like I said the other time, will have done the needful by do the remittance or not before 31st of January of the following year. They will have done that for you. You as an individual, you are also, all your businesses, you are supposed to bring them together. Business that is not limited for limited company, bring them together. All the one from freelance, the one from your paid employment, the one from your earned income, passive income, the freelance. Then by the time you do your record, you are going to remove the tax you already suffered in a paid employment. When you aggregate your tax liability, you remove the one you have suffered with evidence. Then the balance will then remit to them, so that you still go to do reform, so that you don't do remittance as an individual. Employer will do their own. That's their obligation. The law makes it mandatory for individuals to now do their own now. So as staff of Lifepage will be doing for their staff, or not before January 31st, for everything that transpired in 2025. Individual in Lifepage, all the staffs, are supposed to do their own returns too, or not before that same day. Thank God that everything is Lagos is heavily digitalized. You can, it can be done online. We take to also trying to. So you can, when you are doing your returns, you harmonize everything together. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, show up, please. I've heard Americans says they get tax refund. I think you've answered the question.
No, that is why, I like to say this. Some of us may not know. Some of us may not know this. Introduction of subsidy removal. That is what necessitated this. When the consequence was, was very, very hard on people. So this law, this tax law, government they didn't introduce any new law. No new law has been introduced thus far. The only thing they do is to remove some things, harmonize some laws. So that's why they created the opportunity to get refund. That's why they created the opportunity to get refund. That's why they said people from the middle, you get a reduced tax. Then the people at the bottom of the pyramid, you don't pay tax. If you are even going to pay, you pay at a very reduced, very reduced rate and very reduced, amount.
Mute your mic. Abdullah Ibrahim, mute your mic. Okay.
So Nigeria is also it's also going there, and the guy that is the chairman of the committee, is a guy that is, I can tell us, when some people are saying probably is a guy that has worked in UK. Is a tax leader in Africa, in PricewaterhouseCoopers, in Northwest Africa, tax leader. He resigned. Somebody that replaced him is from South Africa. So it's actually knowledgeable, very, very well versed. So he's staying in South Africa, worked with them in Kenya, UK. So he understands that's where, what they are bringing is not just to caution the effect of, all those subsidy removal, the floating of a naira, or the anchor that we have. So the Nigeria is also going to that era of when you suffer a tax reform, where they need to refund you, you get your refund.
Okay, so please let's we will be rushing the question now. In case I skip your question, that means it has been answered. Mr. Christopher is asking, pardon me for coming back, and I think he needed this clarification is important. To my question, what I am saying is that whether the interest paid on back loan for other businesses qualifies as tax relief, for tax relief.
No, sir.
No, I think he has answered you. I just wanted to, it's only on house that you are building by yourself, for yourself, that is qualified. That's what he has explained. Mr. Abiodun or Mrs. Abiodun, you will pay for this answer, but how does this new tax regime affect Nigerians in diaspora?
Okay. I said this last week, Nigeria has a tax treaty with 15 other countries, depending on where you reside. Treaty is like agreement. Act with UK, Canada, Netherlands, Kenya, but they don't have with America for now. So that you don't pay double taxation. The law says if you don't spend, if you don't live in Nigeria, and then or you don't stay beyond 183 days in Nigeria, 6 months or 183 days in Nigeria, so you don't pay tax. For example, now you come to Nigeria, you spend 1 month and you go back. You expected of you to pay tax or wherever you are outside the country. But if you earn income in Nigeria, for example, you are in abroad, but you run a short-let business in Nigeria here. So the tax will be placed. You pay tax based on the income, economic value that you make in Nigeria. The income that comes to you, profit or gain within Nigeria, you only pay tax on that. But if you just go to abroad, you come back, you don't stay here, you are not treated as a resident.
Okay, thank you, sir. How can an individual get this TIN? That's a tax identification number.
So for people in Lagos, go to Lagos Internal Revenue Service platform, NIRS e-platform. Go there, you can register. So if you go on their dashboard, you see where to register. If you have issue, they have someone who could chat with you. Someone will run you through any question you want. Any question you want to ask them, there's a chat is linked to that platform. Okay. They will respond to you. So Lagos State government has a very friendly platform. I know Ogun State also have to. Just try wherever you are, some states or prefer states. Try the platform, the internet revenue platform in your state, and try. If you do not now have, then you can visit the tax station close to your place of residence. They will get you one.
Okay, so we are taking just the last 3 questions. So any question that comes after this last question, we will not take it. So if you run B2B with Lifepage, having a team for your commission and you file return appropriately, are you still going to be taxed as an individual through payee? No, B2B and PE. Okay, Mr. Shelan.
There are two separate, you are a separate entity. Your business is a separate entity. Business has its own blood. So you pay tax, for the company, B2B. So then as an individual, they ask you, where do you get income? Where is your income coming from? Probably maybe you first use your company to make the money, then you transfer. That means you like paying yourself, a salary. Then you pay, or you self-assess yourself, you do self-assessment. So company is separate from the individual.
Okay. Last question now is a market woman that always collects cash from Mr. John Danny. Are you a market woman? And Lifepage is not paying you cash commission. Okay, that always collect cash and do not have bank accounts. How will government charge her for tax? My in-law is in this category. You will pay for consultants.
So, Mr. Joe, so the government, they are, that kind of uproar we are likely to see. I can tell you for a fact, there are some market women in Lagos Island, Oshodi, Agege, who are pretty doing well. There are some of the CEOs. What they pay currently is just one local government man giving them, 20,000 naira. Mama, that's your money, that's your tax. But now everybody is expected to get tax ID. So I'm pretty sure some of them those who are not used to paying tax will start making that uproar. It's not a new thing. It has been in existence. So there's what they are working on, a presumption tax for people in informal sector. So the essence of this law is to not to increase tax, but to bring more people into the tax net. Of course, those who are staying abroad, if you pay, if you procure any vegetable, you pay tax. Whatever you do, nothing you do that you not pay tax. So that's the era that we are going to, but it's not going to start immediately. For example, now all those agri-ranko also want to be covered. So they want to remove all their shenanigans on the road. Number two, to also ensure that when they make money legally, there is a way, even they are working on all our phone number, how they can synchronize everything.
Yes.
So that they can't, if you think you don't hold cash, don't have bank accounts. Maybe you use airtime on your phone, and there is a way MTN charge the VAT on the airtime that we buy.
Yeah.
So everything is being worked upon, so that But I advise that the mama in the market should also get account number, so that she will not pay what she has not to pay. She will not pay from her capital. The problem is this. Let me try to wrap up with this. The law may not come for you this in next year. They may wait for you until, because if they want to comb all of us together, that's why they are working on digitalization.
Yes.
So the system will be doing it. Where they don't need the system to do it, you may not come after you in next year. Your own might be 2 years and 3 years to come. At that point, the obligation, the exposure will have been too heavy. Just imagine you make money, over in 2-3 years, you make 60 million, and somebody is now, and you have spent the money, and somebody is now asking you, sir, when we look at your bank statement and everything, all your obligation is now 50 million. Meanwhile, you spend the money. Now, so you come.
Pay 25%.
So come and pay. So that is, please, as a wrap up, let's stay organized. Let's start from getting our tax ID and send it to appropriate quarters in Lifepage. And as we move to the next year, please get a record, a document. Get a record. Where you will file, where you'll be keeping your documentation, your transactions. And with that, at least you are doing the right thing. tax obligation is for everybody. Is for everybody. So as I was telling some people in one church on Sunday, when you check the book of Romans, chapter 17, verse 1 to 7, everything that belongs to government is there, it's stated there. It's rooted in the Bible for some of us that are Christians. So what belongs to government, let's try to do the right thing. And what belongs to God, let's give it to God. Thank you. God bless you all.
Wow, thank you very much. Let's celebrate Mr. Shola. Thank you. Wow, what a master class on tax. Thank you very much, Mr. Shola, for that delivery, and thank you for that extensive question and answer session. So if you are taking home anything in these two sessions, the recording will be made available so you can watch it over and over again. So please ask the question for the link, ask for the link of the recording in your community. So please, very important. And if you have anything that you want to take away, is record keeping. Record keeping. Don't think that you no go reach me. You go soon reach you. The way this country is going. If you listen to the new Chief Minister for Defense, he was telling the National Assembly yesterday that one drone is 150 million. If they just shoot one missile, it's 150 million. I say, in my own tax, one bob. Because I thought they said they want to eliminate Boko Haram, they want to buy 1,000 drones. That's 180 billion. They'll just spread it, they'll spread the cost on all Nigerians. So don't say you will not pay tax. Please keep record. Thank you very much, everyone. And because of our time is fast spent. I'll just run through some couple of announcements that I want us to really take note. I want to use this opportunity to charge every one of us that in this festive period, please let us be security and be vigilant. Security conscious, and please be vigilant, right? Yoruba people will say that ojú la lára kan fi ń ṣọ́rí, àfọlọ́run ṣọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ fokùn ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ gúngi ọ̀pẹ. As God is protecting you, use your common sense. If there are places that if it's not necessary, don't go, right? We all know what is happening. The tension is quite high, right? If you don't have any traveling that is necessary, if you don't go to village this December, you won't die. It is those that are alive that will remember. And believe me, if you die, life continues. So please, so that they will not be calling us Lifepage, come and contribute money for ransom. That will not be our own case, please. As you roll, like invest on tax. I'm thinking of how we will pay tax. That be saying is money. So please, let's be very security conscious, and please let's take note of all of that. Okay. And also, I want to quickly touch on something very important, which we have hammered on, our tax ID. Every one of us, especially as soon as you know you have commission, just make sure you send your tax ID to all our official numbers with 09060005747, 09060005737. Those two numbers, just send your tax ID there so that we can have it. I'm very sure there will be a schedule in the office that will just be filling it up so that we'll be able to help you to remit your tax. And tomorrow, by God's grace, our real estate conversation also continues. And there are two very important, I believe we all have seen the flyer that is happening. So two very important programs. Please, I need your attention here. Okay, two very important programs that is happening. And I really want us to really pay attention to it. So there will be opportunity for every realtors on Saturday, this Saturday, 6th of December by 7 p.m. Right, it's a special Realtors Connect. We call it a Dirty December edition. And this is an opportunity. We want to break it down. How you can, from 2026, start earning in dollars. Okay? How you can start earning in dollars. So you invite as many people as possible. So we are going to, share the link to join the Zoom session on Saturday by 7 p.m. So please, very, very important. And also, we are going to be having a special edition also of fractional home ownership in America, also on the 5th, which is tomorrow, on the 5th tomorrow by 7 p.m. So that's what is going to be replacing the real estate conversation tomorrow. So please, by 7 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to be having, so the focus for that tomorrow session is how to own and co-own U.S. rental homes from anywhere in the world. You have people in the diaspora, you have, just bring them on board, right? So the one we're having tomorrow is for those that want to invest. And the one we're having on Saturday is for you that wants to bring people that so that you can come and earn money. You see, with all these tax, we need to make more money. Because if you think that I'll stay with 800,000 in Nigeria, 800,000 in 1 year, where will it where will it take you? Even if they say, okay, like somebody was saying online, that they should license gun. The other person said, do you know how much they are selling gun? Do you think that gun is a banger? Okay, so please, we need to earn a lot of money so that even if it's to pay 25% tax, it will not affect you. So I want to use this opportunity to appreciate and congratulate every one of us. So we'll see all of us tomorrow by 7 p.m. Thank you very much. Oh, okay, birthdays. Oh, today is first. Apologies, please. Because we don't have, who are the people celebrating in December? Sunday. So we are celebrating, if you are born in the month of December, you are in the chat room, let's know your birthday, your wife's birthday, wedding anniversary in the month of December. Please go to the chat room and drop your birthday. Me, my own son, my first son is December 10th, so I'm also doing a birthday celebration. You have wedding anniversary, and if today is the first time that you are joining us on this edition of Realtors Forum, also please go to the chat room and type new. If this is the first time you are joining us in any edition of our Realtors Forum, go to the chat room and type new. And if, Olamide, you're welcome. Wedding anniversary of Mr. Moses Olanrewaju Abubakar is 14th of December. I will celebrate you. We celebrate you. Don't worry, you join the cake, picture for the cake virtually. Abiodun Olamide is 26th. Is that birthday or wedding anniversary? 26th of 26th of December. We celebrate you. 28th of December is wedding. Only you. Wedding December. Only you. Awesome. Mr. Kenneth, wedding anniversary is 16th of December 2016. Wow, 9 years. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we celebrate you. We have a lot of December people in the house. Oluyemisi Obafemi, 21st of December. Wow. Congratulations. Okay. So the birthday celebrant for December is bringing his cake by himself. Just carry it, don't worry, carry it. Carry it in your hand. So Sunday is celebrating on the 28th. So most of the time we have always closed. So that's why. So we celebrate Mr. Sunday, and we wish him many, many more years. So he's representing everybody online. So happy birthday. So come and snap picture. We are snapping picture. So we are still waiting for others to drop. Mr. God's time, are you celebrating anything in December? Even if you have children that are birthday celebrants in December, please drop them so that the cake, virtual cake, can touch them. You can tilt it so that they can see the face. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Okay, so for those that are joining us for the very first time, we say welcome to this millionaire family. So let's do well to have a great and wonderful afternoon. See you next week. Madam, here today, my daughter's birthday is 12th and 20. Your daughters. Madam, here today, how did you do it? December giving birth. We celebrate every one of us. Let's have a great and wonderful December. See you next week by God's grace.